panzer groups now targeted Moscow, led by Herpner, Guderian, and Hoth, who was replaced in October by General Reinhardt. The German plan was to force a final decisive battle for Moscow, in which they would encircle and annihilate the remnants of the Red Army. The operation was codenamed Typhoon. The offensive began near Bryansk. Red Army troops were ready to defend the town itself, which lay at the center of the local road network. But on the 30th of September 1941, Guderian's panzers attacked much further south. Heinz Guderian had a reputation as the father of German blitzkrieg, based on his early writings on the theory of offensive mechanized warfare. He was also a bold and energetic field commander who often quarreled with his superior officers. In 3 days, Guderian's tanks had encircled the bulk of the enemy forces opposing him. In 2 more days, his troops had reached Orel and were advancing on Tula. In a desperate attempt to halt Guderian's advance, the Soviet High Command took a bold decision: to reinforce Orel by air. Giant Tupolev TB3s and Lisunov Li-2s landed at the deserted airfield. The Germans, recovering from their surprise, opened a withering fire on the second wave. Nevertheless, 6,000 men plus equipment and ammunition was landed. The troops immediately went into action against the advancing Germans. Soon, T-34s from Colonel Katakov's 4th Tank Brigade also began to arrive after their 500-mile train journey from Stalingrad. Tank brigades replaced the Soviet mechanized corps that had been destroyed that summer. A mechanized corps had contained 36,000 men, 1,000 tanks, plus guns and other vehicles. It was a huge and unwieldy formation. The new, more mobile tank brigades had just 3,000 soldiers and 91 tanks. Katakov now had a chance to test the tank ambush tactics that so far he'd only been able to practice on the training ground. First, the tanks had to be concealed, using buildings, bushes, or uneven ground. Several alternative positions were needed for each tank. Dummy positions were also built to confuse the enemy. A T-34's gun could destroy any German tank from a range of 1 kilometer. But the key to success was patience and discipline. Katakov told his men, "The crew in ambush may open fire only at point-blank range when a hit is guaranteed. This means a range of 200 to 300 meters. When taking on a German panzer column, Soviet gunners would target the lead tank first, and then the rear tank. With the road blocked in both directions, the rest of the column became sitting ducks."